their beauty is the only thing they bring into the relationship, and they okay with the outcome.
Hold
And they're
on.
looking for those men who value their beauty and they're willing to pay all their bills. That's the
No, they're not
dynamic she
okay with the
fits.
outcome. They lead with that. They don't realize they have an expiration date. A lot of
No,
them are
they
delusional.
some of them do. Some of them
Okay,
do.
the
So they can put you
majority of them
they,
that lead with
they're
the
more
story
they
that you're
they
giving
have a
are
sense of urgency
delusional
the older they
because they
get.
have no good outcomes, and we have story after
Well then,
story.
so
You're
now when
right
you
there
say
in
it's a good
California.
outcome, then
Shan
that's
knows that well.
what
How
their
many
morals are.
women get off on a bus leading
Okay, so you just
18-year-old,
don't cut
perky
me off.
breast,
I'll
big
just
butt?
sit here and be quiet and
Then
let
by the
everybody
time
talk.
they're 36, they're strung out on drugs, lost and turned out. Shan, am I
Listen, I get it.
incorrect?
You know, I get what you're
Isn't that
saying.
the story of Hollywood?
I'm trying to answer
Okay,
the
thank
question
you.
that Shannon posed. I was waiting on all the rest of the other brothers to answer, and I was just giving my perspective. There's a
I gave
plethora of
mine.
men out here that don't want nut. They don't care about a woman having kids. They don't care about a woman's character. None of that bullshit. Just be beautiful and make me look
I
good.
know there was a rumor that they were saying that you stopped messing with him at one point because of 50-50. Is there water? Where did the water go? What? What is the question? The who? 50-50. Remember they were saying that you said he was cheap, or they were saying that you were
Oh, the splitting the bills.
the spitting 50-50. Yeah, the 50-50
Yeah.
rumor. What was the tea on that?
Yeah, do I look like anybody that would split anything?
So you guys broke up at that point because they,
No, this is the question. Do I look like I would go 50-50 on bills?
no.
Okay. So yeah, that was ridiculous. But he addressed that too though. That was, I don't even know why that even became a thing. Yeah, that was never an issue in our relationship, but it was definitely a rumor on the internet. But no, there's no bill splitting. But I think that to each his own. If people like to split their bills with their man, I think that that's what you should do. I don't do that.
Do we blame Nicole? I mean, Kayla Nicole Hink or Darwin? Do we blame the women for the way that they think about this whole 50-50? Like, look at me. Do I look like somebody who would go 50-50? Do we blame her? Or is this a situation where she should know better, even though, I mean, if you got women that's being raised by fathers that's giving them princess treatment as from childhood, if they could never do no wrong when they were 8 years old, if they were the prettiest thing on the world when they were 10 years old, if when they screwed up, they were patted on the back and consoled when they were 12, 14, and 16 years old, can we blame them for how they think as adults? Like, I'm pretty enough, so I should be able to get by, or I should have pretty privilege, or I shouldn't ever expect to pay a bill because I'm fine enough. Do we blame the women?
Yeah. Yeah, but Shan, do you think that she could have ever developed that mentality if some man didn't ever provide it first?
Yeah, that's what I was
There
gonna
had to
say.
be some men that would actually reinforce that shit. That's the problem.
There's enough men out there
When
that
when she was thrown out into the real world and then realized that men just didn't operate like that, then they would have shut it down. Because what I was taught from my parents, how I was supposed to deal with women, I got a rude awakening quick and realize how women actually are, that they are not sugar and spice and things that's nice. And you can't do everything for them right away and get a good response. If men would stop supporting this, stay out of their social media, stop sending them emojis, and stop tricking off all crazy on women who don't deserve it just because you look fly. Oh, she a baddie, I gotta pay for this. When we do that, when we lead with our wallets for women that don't deserve it just yet and didn't earn that shit, this is the product right here. We fucked that up.
you got to understand there's a plethora of men that don't require a woman to do nothing but be beautiful. And they will pay all of their bills. Those certain caliber of men are not the majority. But whenever that's plastered all over social media and advertised as a default men, then that's what you get. You get women out here they want those type of guys. They don't want you who's going to make them go 50-50. They want to be in a relationship where their beauty is the only thing they bring into the relationship. And they okay with the outcome. And they're looking for those men who value their beauty and they're willing to pay all their bills. That's the
No, they're not
dynamic she
okay with the
fits.
outcome. They lead with that. They don't realize they have an expiration date. A lot of
No,
them are
they
delusional.
some of them do. Some of them
Okay,
do.
the
So they can put you
majority of them that lead with
they're
the
more
story that you're
they
giving
have a
are
sense of urgency
delusional
the older
because they
get.
have no good outcomes, and we have story after
Well, then,
story.
so
You're
now when
right
you
there
say
in
it's a good
California.
outcome, then
Shan
that's
knows that well.
what
How
their
many
morals are.
women get off on a bus leading,
Okay, so you just
18-year-old,
gonna cut
perky
me off.
breast,
I
big
just
butt.
sit here and was quiet and let
Then by the
everybody
time
talk.
they're 36, they're strung out on drugs, lost and turned out.
Listen,
Shan, am I
I get
incorrect?
it. You know, I get what you're
Isn't that
saying.
the story of Hollywood?
I'm just trying to give you. I'm trying to answer
Okay,
the
thank
question
you.
that Shannon posed. I was waiting on all the rest of the other brothers to answer, and I was just giving my perspective. There's a
I gave
plethora of
mine.
men out here that don't want nut. They don't care about a woman having kids. They don't care about a woman's character. None of that
In a
bullshit.
lot of DMs telling me to chime in and what's my thoughts on the 50-50 combo. You know, from my perspective, is levels to it. So this is only if you're in a relationship, committed relationship, this your girl, your spouse, your lady, so on and so forth. Me personally, I'm not going 50-50. I'm giving 100% in anything that I'm committed to. So I'm old school. I protect and I provide for my spouse, my woman, my lady, my family, and I'm not expecting her to go half on the bills or half on the dinner. If she want to treat me to dinner, I appreciate it. Thank you, baby. If she want to kick in on the bills, I appreciate it. Thank you, baby. But that's not what I'm expecting my woman to do. I'm going to give 100%, and sometimes 100% may only be 40, 50, or 60. I may fall short. And as my partner and my better half, it's her obligation to pick up the slack, and that's what we do as a teammate. It's a partnership. But I'm not expecting to go 50-50. But it is levels to it.
Bullshit. Just be beautiful and make me look good on my shoulder when it's time for me to go around all these other motherfucking millionaires and billionaires. That's all they care about. They don't want none of that other shit that we typically talk about it day in and day out.
Let me play
So
that.
you got to be able to understand that there's some guys out there that, and that actually amplifies Trev's point. Some of these women wouldn't even have this on their mind if there wasn't a plethora of men that's actually showcasing this type of dynamic that they can go and get themselves into. So you got to kind of be able to look outside of your weight class, your salary cap, and see.
Same man I
how
mentioned, Chris Rock. He said that prophetic line that still lasted today. When you're a man, it means you're only as faithful as your options. We already understand that playing field. As for you speaking aspirationally to those women being delusional, knowing they have a period from 18 to 36, maybe some get lucky like a Bernice Burgos or a few others like Drea, and they are outliers. They have an expiration date. A lot of them young
when
and
have you seen me
delusional.
argue that they didn't have an
They
expiration
finally
date?
get that needle in the arm that, you know what, they're expendable because they came to the party. There's 10 women that look just like them, and then there's a choice 5 to 8 that make them look like shit.